Hi everybody, my name is John Brakey. For those who don't know me, I'm with Americans United for Democracy, Integrity, Transparency. We have several websites, but the one for this whole thing that we're doing in Arizona is called electionnightmares.com. I'm out front of the Secretary of State's office. My attorney, Michael Kelski, is inside meeting with Eric Spencer, the state elections director, who I just spent some time with. Today we did file the challenge for the election, and you know, I guess we got a court date for a status hearing on the 19th, which is just fine with me. We're going to be moving ahead with this case. The documents will be released later tonight to a number of people, and then we'll publicly go Monday. And so we're waiting right now for Michael Kelski, and he should be out here any time. But while we're waiting, I can tell you that our complaint has three things in it that I think are very important. One is that about the suppression of about 150,000 voters in Maricopa. The second thing we have is on the provisionals, which goes with the voter suppression, I guess. The other part of our suit has to do with the voter registration database and the problems that were there with people being disenfranchised. The third one is something that I've been dealing with for a number of years, and it's in the vote by mail, which we are extremely concerned about vote by mail because it can easily be manipulated. It's run into batches of 200. It could be by any precincts, and just like the Volkswagen case, you know, where the car knew that it was being tested, well, in this situation, vote by mail ballots could be easily manipulated because there is no real verification of the results. And that's something that we're working here. Ultimately, what are we working for in Arizona? We're working to make sure elections are verifiable and that ballots become a public record. And the problems that we had in Phoenix, you know, additionally, you know, I was going through paperwork because in 2008 I did the presidential primary of that year up here. And at that point in time we had 397 precincts working that day for the presidential. And as you all probably have heard, there was only 60. And like I said, we can prove statistically 150,000 people disenfranchised. I take it as a great honor to be a plaintiff in this case and to stand up for citizens in Arizona as well as citizens across this great country. And I'm here with our new lawyer for Americans United for Democracy, Integrity, and Transparency, Mike Kelski, which we, of course, have worked together before. This is not our first rodeo, is it, Michael?
No, it's not. We've done this. We've done similar things a few times before.
Yeah,
and so yeah, we're having fun. We got our lawsuit filed today. We're brought in action against the Arizona Secretary of State and all 15 county elections departments, county recorders, because of the debacle. You know, the crazy presidential preference election that was just held that appears to be completely invalid. So we've submitted the lawsuit. It got filed in the Maricopa County Superior Court today. We have served the Secretary of State, and we're on track. We've got a hearing set up in a couple of weeks. We're going to go dig for the additional evidence that we need to support our argument and get that lined up, and we'll have the evidence, I believe, to show to the judge that this was not a valid election, that the judge needs to order that this election not count for anything. And perhaps the judge may be convinced to order that a new election be held. Maybe not, but at least I hope to convince the judge that this was not a valid election.
And I think that we have tremendous evidence, and it was well put together. You know, doing one of these cases is extremely difficult because of the time frame. And if we look a little tired, that's because we really are, aren't we, Michael?
Yes, we had 5 days, which really ended up being a little more than 4 days to get this filed, 3.5, depending on how you count it, just to go from the basically the starter's gun to getting it filed and having a judge give us that initial order, which we were able to do.
I want to say thank you. I think you did a great job. You did a great job putting up with me.
All right.
But we've done it before, haven't we?
We have done it before, but now you've got a lot of homework to do too.
Do I ever?